Hey, alright, welcome to another video. If you haven't been here before, I'm Cecilia Joe, and today I'm going to be reading the Inheritance Games. So I've got the 3 books. These 3 were from the works and they were £15 for the 3 books, so you can't really complain at that, can you? Anyway, yeah, today I thought I would read the Inheritance Games. So I recently read the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I absolutely loved it. I feel like I got through it so quick, and I've just, ever since I've read it, I've been struggling to get into like another book, I feel. So I thought, let's stick with the same author and give her other series a go. So the Inheritance Games, I think I saw first, to be honest, by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I just never really fancied it. I don't know, I think it just never really stood out to me. But then when I heard someone say the Naturals was like Criminal Minds, I was like, okay, I've got to read this. I absolutely love Criminal Minds. And then because I love that so much, it made me want to get these. I think the Natural series came out first, but it wasn't as popular as the Inheritance Games, I think. But don't quote me on that, I'm not 100%. But yeah, so I thought I'd give the Inheritance Games a go. So this video probably is going to have spoilers involved because I'm reading the whole series. It's going to be hard to talk about the Hawthorne Legacy and the Final Gambit without talking about the first one, if that makes sense. Because I'm reading the whole series, there's probably going to be spoilers involved. I do also have the newest one that just came out, which is the Brothers Hawthorne, which I've heard people say is from other people's point of view. So I think the first 3 books are all from one person's point of view, I think, the main female lead. And then I think there's like a family, the Hawthorne family involved, and there's a number of brothers, and then this book is from their point of view. I think that's right. Like I say, I've not really seen loads about it, but whenever I have, I've tried not to spoil it for myself, you know. So yeah, I'm going to read these 4 books in this video. The back says Avery has a plan, so I'm guessing Avery must be the female lead whose point of view these books are from. Keep her head down, work hard for a better future, then an eccentric billionaire dies, leaving her almost his entire fortune, and no one, least of all Avery, knows why. Now she must move into the mansion she's inherited. It's filled with secrets and codes and the old man's surviving relatives, a family hell-bent on discovering why Avery got their money. Soon she is caught in a deadly game that everyone in this strange family is playing, but just how far will they go to keep their fortune? And then Catherine McGee has said, a thrilling blend of family secrets, illicit romance and high stakes. The non-stop twists kept me guessing until the very last page. So I'm actually really looking forward to reading this. I'm pretty sure it's still YA, so hopefully I'm going to get through it. Like, I feel like YA I can read, like, they tend to flow really easily. There's not much, you know, some things you read and it's so complicated you have to read it a few times to get your head around it. I do anyway. So I'm hoping I'll get through them quite quick. But yeah, I'm excited to read them. So let's just get into it and start with the Inheritance Games, which is book 1. Okay, my first sort of impressions are, like I thought, I seem to be reading it pretty quickly. The chapters are really short, which I absolutely love. Like, some chapters are just 2 pages long. I find you get through it quicker then, because you're sort of, I don't know, I feel like when it's long chapters, it gets not boring, but it's just a bit like, when are we getting to the next sort of setting, you know? When are we getting to the next problem? Whereas when it's short chapters, it just feels like it's constantly moving. So far we've got Avery, who, you know, seems to have not had the best start in life. Like, her mum's passed away. I'm not sure where her dad is at this point. But she is like a really intelligent. It seems like she's good with like numbers and stuff. She's playing chess with people, like homeless people, so that they go and get food and things like that. So she's very intelligent, but people don't believe that she's that intelligent because she's not had a good start in life, if that makes sense. So she gets pulled into the head teacher's office and sort of they think she's cheated because she's done so well on a test. And then one of the Hawthorne brothers, Grayson, comes in and tells her that She's in his granddad's will. Nobody knows why. Avery's never heard of the Hawthorns before. She's no idea why she's in this old man's will that's now passed away, but she's gone to the Hawthorn mansion to sort of hear the will, listen to what she's sort of got in it, what the old man, the granddad, has left her, and that's kind of where we're at the moment. So I think the other sons are going to be introduced soon. Alexander has just been introduced as quite literally coming out of the closet, and I don't mean that as a euphemism of he's gay. I mean he's quite literally come out of the closet. So yeah, that's where it's up to at the minute. I'm really enjoying it so far. I am only 26 pages in. I'm on chapter 7, so hopefully we'll keep this energy going, and yeah, let's just see how it plays out, see what she's got in the will. Like I said at the beginning, this will have spoilers, so if you've not read this before or you don't want to hear any spoilers, please don't watch the rest. Don't watch the rest, because I am just going to talk freely about the book. So if you don't want to know what she's got in the will when I find out, then maybe read the books, then come back and watch this. So yeah, you've been warned, there will be spoilers throughout this whole video. Okay, so it is the next day now, and I'm still reading the Inheritance Games, obviously. I'm just under about halfway, I think, so I'm on chapter 41, page 166. I actually don't know how many pages there are in there. 376. So yeah, I'm not quite halfway yet, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So she's obviously got the inheritance now. She's basically got most of the granddad's, what's it called, his like money, his estate, like all of his stuff. She's got a hotel, she's got aeroplanes, she's got expensive cars, she's got this massive house, they have this big charity. She's inherited a lot of money, but she's got absolutely no idea why. And the family, I feel like fair enough, the family are a little bit like annoyed by it, like what on earth's going on, why is he giving this random girl all of our inheritance? Obviously they don't have like a right to any of it, but you would be a bit like, what's going on? Also, Avery herself is like, what's going on? Why have I got all this money? Why has this man left me everything? I don't know him, I've never heard of him before. Is he something to do with my mum? Which I definitely am thinking he is. Something like his mum was like holding a secret for him, or there's definitely something. I'm pretty sure her mum's going to be involved with it, and maybe he, Tobias, the granddad, maybe he was involved in the mum's death or something like that. But the house that they're in, Hawthorne House, it kind of reminds me of that film with, I think it's Jack Black. I want to say it's called like The House with the Clock in Its Wall or something like that. It's like a really long title, but it reminds me a little bit of like that, where the house has got secrets, like there's passageways in like closets and like that lead into like Avery's bedroom, and there's just like secrets all over. And basically the granddad has left this like trail of clues to find out the reason why he's left Avery all this money. So that's kind of where it's at the moment. I'm hoping there's going to be a bit more of Nash and a bit more of Xander involved, but definitely Nash. I feel like we've not like had a lot of him yet. So there's been a lot of Jameson, who is basically trying to like figure it out, but I think I don't know, I'm not sure I fully trust him. I feel like he's maybe just using her a bit, maybe. Hopefully she doesn't like fall for him. And then we've obviously got the Emily situation, like what happened to her, how did she end up dying? They make it out like she was close with all of them, so how was she close to like all the lads, you know? Was she like a sister to them all, or I don't know. Something's happening, but I am really enjoying it so far. I feel like I'm getting through it quite quickly, and I'll probably finish it today. I think I'll probably have maybe like 2.5 hours left reading, something like that. So yeah, I think I'll probably finish it today. But I think the writing of Jennifer Lynn Barnes is just so easy to read, and I think she's so good at keeping you guessing. Like, I've got no idea what's going to happen. Like, I don't even have a thought. I'm not even like, oh, it could be this. I've not got a clue, and that could just be me. But yeah, I've no idea. I don't know why Avery's got it. Like I say, I think her mum's going to be involved, but I don't know how were they involved in the mum's death. Obviously you've got the two daughters, they're like Sky and Zara, who are like fuming about it. You've got Grayson, who just seems like a bit of an arsehole, but also kind of understandably, because his granddad's just given this random girl all of the inheritance. So I don't know, I'm not sure who I don't like yet. I'm not sure who I like. I know I like Avery and I know I like Libby, her sister, but other than that I'm not really sure. Oh, and I like, is he called Oren, the bodyguard. I like him too. And then obviously you've got the lawyer, Alyssa and Nash. They obviously engaged, and something's happened there where the engagement hasn't worked out, but she's still working for the family. There's a lot going on, a lot of questions, but hopefully we'll find out the answers soon. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna carry on reading now. Like I say, hopefully I'll get the first book finished today and then maybe start the second one, we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it so far. Okay, I am so invested in this story. It's gotten so good. I actually almost forgot that I was making a video because I just wanted to read it. So I'm on chapter 86, page 344. So I've not really got much to go now. I think maybe like 50 pages, something like that. But it's gotten so good. So I think where I left off was she'd got the inheritance, but since that people are trying to kill her. We've just found out, I mean, we knew that it was Drake, her sister's ex-boyfriend, but now she's in this tunnel and Xander has gone to get his brothers so that they can unlock this like puzzle in front of them with the handprints, and Rebecca's down there and she's just said that she saw the lad's mum going into the tunnel with Drake. So it looks like it was Sky that was the one, you know, behind the scenes, the mastermind behind it all, I guess, trying to kill her. Which I don't know, I feel like, is that true? Is that true? I mean, I can see it happening, but I'm like, why was she doing that? I don't understand why. I guess because there's like that loophole of the lads would then get the inheritance, the 4 brothers. So maybe it's because of that, because she doesn't stand to get anything, but I guess she would want her sons to get it, so that's why she'd do it. But yeah, anyway, we've just found that out, so she's in the tunnel now with just Rebecca, and obviously there's a whole Emily situation. I feel like something's going on there where, because Grayson didn't actually see her die, although Jameson said that he saw her die. But I'm wondering if it actually was a heart or if there's like foul play involved, because he just came back and she was dead already on the floor. So I feel like, why was she not in the water if they jumped from like a cliff? If it was something with the heart, surely she would have died in the water and been like taken away with the current or something. So I feel like there's some kind of foul play involved there. And if like all these numbers, the 10th of, was it the 18th of October, like why is it all surrounding this girl's death, you know? Did the granddad have something to do with the girl's death? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, there's so many things going on, but I'm excited to read it. I'm just gonna finish reading this one now, and then I actually think I'll just go straight into the second one because I'm really enjoying the story. But yeah, I'm on chapter 86, and oh, I don't know, she's in this tunnel now with Rebecca. Is Rebecca gonna hurt her because that's what Emily would want? I don't know. I feel like I still just don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone. I'm hoping there's going to be a bit more of Nash involved in the others, because I feel like he's the only brother really that we don't really know much about. I mean, we don't know much about any of them, but I mean, he's got this whole thing with Alyssa going on, and then he's weirdly protective over Libby, and then he brings other people to the house, like strays, to like help them. I don't know, it's all a bit weird. But yeah, I'm gonna carry on reading anyway, and I will come back when I have finished. Oh my god, that was such a good ending. I can't believe I didn't see that coming, that the uncle, I figured he was gonna be alive, but I didn't see it coming that he was gonna be Harry, who she's been helping. So I wonder if he's been the one if the granddad knew that the uncle was alive, and he's been the one that's been like taking pictures of Avery and making sure she's okay and stuff like that. I wonder if that was his like mission. And then Xander's just got a thing to say, find Tobias Hawthorne the second. Is that the uncle or is that a different person? Is he Tobias Hawthorne second? Because if he is, then he's not been found, but they know who he is, they know he's alive. He's Harry. So because the lawyer was meant to like get him a house and stuff, wasn't she? So I wonder if they did that or if they couldn't find him. Oh, it's all there's so many questions. And then you've got Grayson, who chucked his mum out and told Avery that he'll look after her and he'll protect her. There's so many questions. I'm so excited to read the next one. I feel like my questions were answered, but also not at all, because it's just caused loads more questions, you know? Like, why did Tobias or Harry or Toby, whatever they call him, the uncle, why did he not come forward when he was meant to have died? Did the other people die? Did the granddad have something to do with the fire? And what happened to the mum, Alice? Like the 4 lads, grandma, nan, gran, whatever. What happened to her? Has that been said? Did she die? I'm guessing she must have died, but how did she die? Is she actually dead? You know? There's so many conspiracies, so much mystery surrounding it, and I'm so excited to start the next one. I've actually got it right here because I'm ready to just start it right now. The Hawthorne Legacy, a deadly game, a puzzle to solve, a fortune at stake. Avery thought that solving the riddle left by billionaire Tobias Hawthorne would reveal why he left her, a complete stranger's entire fortune. But as the cryptic clues take an unexpected twist and the handsome and enigmatic Hawthorne grandsons continue to pull her in different directions, Avery can't help but wonder who she can really trust and who is just looking out for themselves. Soon Avery realises this game is no longer just about money and power, now she's playing for her life. So it must be being threatened again. Also, something's going on with Libby. Like, why does she keep going missing in this house? And then she ends up being found with the nan, with the piano, and then she's going to like bake something. Why does she keep going missing? I feel like if there is a threat on my sister's life, I wouldn't want to be leaving her alone, you know, in this house. Like, the threat is in the house and they didn't know who it was. I feel like you won't keep going missing for times on end, you know what I mean? Like, there's something not quite right about her. I'm not saying she's involved in any like murder, you know, she don't want a sister dead or anything, but there's something going on, there's something happening. Nan also has killed her husband and she's got something going on. She knows a lot of secrets for sure. But yeah, I feel like I still don't trust anyone. I don't know who is actually wanting to help her. Even out the brothers, are they actually wanting to help her? Are they just wanting to like get rid of her so they can get their inheritance? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to start the second one now. Oops, so it's the Hawthorne Legacy is the second one. Let's see how many pages is in this one. It's a very dangerous game looking at pages because I don't want to read the end of it, you know. So we've got 352 pages. So I'm going to try and get a big chunk of that read today and then probably finish it tomorrow maybe. Maybe I'll get it done today. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm so invested in this story. I really enjoyed it. I knew I'd enjoy it. I just think the way Jennifer Lynn Barnes writes is just so... It's really easy to read and flows really well, but also it's like I'm so, like I said, invested. I feel like I'm involved with the characters, you know. I'm there, I'm in the setting, I can picture it all. I just want to know what's going on. It makes you want to carry on reading it to find out what's happening, you know. So anyway, let me stop blabbering on with myself. I'm going to start the second one. Hopefully it's as good as the first. I think it will be. And then there's the last one. And then the brothers, I think, is it called the Brothers Hawthorne? Which is from the lad's point of views. So yeah, let's just get into the second one. Okay, I definitely did not see that coming. So Harry or Tobias Hawthorne II is her dad. Or at least he signed the birth certificate. but for some reason put someone else's name. I feel like she needs to speak to that Ricky Grams, the one who she thought was her dad. I feel like she needs to speak to him to suss it out properly, otherwise she's never gonna know. Obviously she needs to find Harry or Toby, but I think that's going to be harder said than done. But Ricky is right there, she could speak to him to figure it out. But I didn't see that coming at all. I did not think he was going to be a dad. But now that it's done, like, duh, obviously he was going to be involved in it. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, why would he have done it? Why would he have been there when her mum died? So obviously he was going to be involved. Now that it's been said, I'm like I say, duh, why didn't I see that coming? But yeah, I'm loving it so far. Again, just like the first one, I just want to sit here and read it. I really feel like I'm like getting through it really quickly. I'm only on page 60, chapter 15, but I absolutely love that the books don't have dead long chapters. I think I said this at the beginning, but I really do love that. I just think it makes it a lot easier to read and to get through, and it just feels like something's always happening, you know. I feel like I'm not actually seeing Nash yet in this book, or not much of him anyway. And obviously something's going on with that Mr. Lachlan. Like, why was he so, you know, angry at them for knocking down that wall and being in Toby's like wing? I don't know. And Mrs. Lachlan's annoyed now because she thinks Ava is lying about Toby being alive. She don't know who she can tell. Thea and Rebecca are involved with Xander trying to figure it all out, and Avery just don't know who she can trust basically, and I don't know who she can trust either. To be honest, I don't trust anyone. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. I wonder if they'll find Harry. They must find him at some point to get some answers. But yeah, I'm just gonna carry on reading now, and I honestly, I don't even have any thoughts about what I think is gonna happen. I don't know why I'm not seeing any of it coming, and that might just be me being a bit daft, but I'm just enjoying it. I'm just so like involved and invested in the story and like rooting for Avery to find out what's happening, that I'm not really like making theories or like conspiracies about it. I just want to know what's happening, you know. So yeah, that's where I'm up to anyway. Chapter 15, page 60, and I'm just gonna carry on reading. Okay, so it is the next day now, and I actually binge read a lot of this last night. So I'm now on page 210, chapter 54. So far we've got that they think the clues were left in the original will. I can't remember where I was up to last time I did an update, but so we think Harry or Toby, Tobias Hawthorne II is Avery's dad. Then we've found Grayson's dad, who doesn't want anything to do with him, seems like a bit of a dick. Then we've found Nash's dad, but we've not actually found him yet, just found his name. I think it was Jake Nash, so we'll see how that goes down. Libby's gone off to find Toby or Harry, and she's found a note that says please stop or something, stop looking. I think it was stop looking. So he obviously doesn't want to be found, so that makes me think he knows about it, because we weren't sure at one point if he had like amnesia or something and he didn't really know that he was a Hawthorne, but I think he does. And obviously something's, maybe the granddad said that he's not allowed to tell anyone that he's alive, something like that. But I'm thinking he must know that Ava is his daughter, so there's that to contend with. And then we've got how they think the like riddles and the mystery now is to do with the first will that the granddad wrote, which involves Sky and Zara, is it? The two sisters. There's so much going on, but I'm not finding it like complicated. I think just talking about it I'm finding it complicated because I read it last night. But when I'm reading it, I'm not like getting confused or anything. I'm just want to sit and read it, you know. I'm so invested in it all, and I just think the writing, like I've said it a few times now, it just flows so well. It's so easy to follow and it just keeps you intrigued the whole time. I just want to sit and read and find out what's happening. I'm loving it so much. And like I think I said before, I have no sort of theories, no like conspiracies. I'm just enjoying it, you know. I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm just really enjoying it. I don't even want to guess what's happened or what the sort of mystery is going to reveal. I'm just really enjoying it. I'm guessing they're going to find Harry at some point, or Toby at some point. But it's just if he knows he's a dad, or like why wasn't he there if he does, or does he not know the whole time? Something that we need to figure out. But like I say, yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. I kind of figured when Sky said about wanting to get pregnant again, I thought, oh well, it's gonna be her dad, or her, who he thinks is the dad, that Ricky, in with her. So that, I thought that was kind of obvious, but we'll see how that plays out. I don't know who it is that's trying to kill her. Like there's a professional sort of hitman that's tried to get her. I have no idea. Is it Sky again? Is it Ricky? Like, who knows? Who knows? I hope it's not one of the brothers. I really hope. I don't think it will be, but I hope it's not. I also really like the romance that is involved in the book, because it's just so subtle that it's not like overshadowing the plot or anything between Avery and Jameson. Then there's a little love triangle between Grayson and Avery and Jameson, but like I say, it's not like overpowering, because I don't usually like love triangle things, but it's not like taken away from the plot, you know. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. I can't even remember the last little bit that I've read, to be honest. Oh, so Avery is wanting to get back into Toby's like wing of the house, so she's probably going to discover something more there, maybe another hidden message or something, to figure out where he's gone, where he's hiding out, why he's hiding out even. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm very invested. I'm loving the like mystery, the riddles, the twists and turns. I absolutely love it. I'm enjoying it so much. I would also love to be in this house that's got so many secret passageways. There's like a bowling alley in there, there's an armory, there's a big like bank vault in there with all jewels in it. It's just insane. I can't imagine living in a house that big. Imagine cleaning it. I mean, obviously if you've got a house that big, you're going to have a team of cleaners, but still, imagine having to clean it. I feel like I get lost in there too often. But yeah, I'd love to like stay there for a week or something, you know, or maybe longer, just to explore it. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to carry on reading chapter 54, so page 210. So I've got 142 pages left. I think I'll probably get that finished today, hopefully. We're only in the morning, so hopefully I'll get that done. And yeah, figure out what's happened, and then I'm going to start the third one. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm really, really enjoying it. I definitely did not see that coming. Zara and Oren. And now she's come in with a gun. I did not see that coming at all. Oh my god, this book is so good. Oh my goodness. So Kaylee, who died in the fire, is Avery's auntie. That's right, yeah? Because she was her mum's sister. Yeah, so she was Avery's auntie. So her dad set a fire, a biological dad set a fire that killed her auntie, and she's only just finding out that she even has an auntie, but also their dad killed her in a fire, and her dad got amnesia and he didn't know who he was. Maybe hit his head in the fire or something, or maybe it was like some kind of PTSD or something that stopped him remembering, but he didn't know who he was. I wonder how he must know who he is now in order to write something that says stop looking, and he found Avery in the first place. That can't be a coincidence, so he must know who he is now. So I wonder when his memory came back. Also, I'm confused with, were Toby and her mum, Hannah, or Sarah as she knew her, were they together before the fire? They can't have been. It must have been after the fire, or I don't know, I'm confused. I'm just wondering when Avery was conceived, if Toby is the dad. I'm a bit confused by that bit, and maybe if I carry on reading I'll find out. A bit confused, but I feel like every like chapter something I'm like, what? I didn't see that coming. Like I'm absolutely loving this book so far. So she Hannah, or Sarah, Avery's mom, helped Toby like get back to himself after the fire, so she must have told him then who he was, maybe, or maybe it just all came back to him once he was feeling better. I don't know. Not quite the first intro that you want to who you thought was your grandma talking about your mum. If that little bitch hadn't run, I would have put a bullet in her myself. You think I want a dime of your blood money, girl? You think your family? You hang up that phone, you forget my name, and if you're lucky, I'll make sure this family, this whole town forgets yours. Oh my goodness. I wonder what happened with the family. Why does she like hate her own daughter so much? Like, what, does she even know her daughter's dead? I guess she must do. Well, I guess, yeah, she must do from seeing Avery on TV, but that's not quite the response I'm sure she was expecting from a grandma. You know what I mean? Like, there's some real hatred going on there. I wonder why she ran. Maybe something happened with Avery's granddad, maybe, or by the sounds of it, a mum, or maybe they must blame Avery's mum for the sister's death, because then she was still like close with Toby. Maybe, I guess it's something to do with that, probably. Maybe they blame her for the girl dying. Maybe her mum was involved with the sister dying. I don't know. There's so many questions. Oh my god. So she's like on a deathbed, basically. Some kind of explosion with the plane. She's on a deathbed. She can hear Jameson and Grayson arguing about why Grayson didn't go to her, and like them both basically being in love with her and not wanting to be, kind of thing. And now she's like dreaming about her mum's voice. She's dreaming that Tobias is there. I wonder if Tobias is gonna come to the hospital, maybe, if she's really like on a deathbed. Oh my god, I can't keep up. Like, when I say there's something happening in each chapter at the moment, there really is. Now the DNA has come back and said that Ricky is her dad. What? I was so convinced that it was going to be Toby. Unless, you know, Sky has got involved with the DNA and made it come back to say that he is. You know, it's been like rigged to say that he is the dad, maybe. I feel like that's the only explanation, because I'm so convinced it's Toby. But also, could it be because did they see each other again, Toby and Hannah, once he ran off? When would they have seen each other, you know? And if they did see each other, why did they separate again? Why did he run off again? Or she run off? Maybe she ran off this time. I'm so confused. I was so convinced it was Toby or Harry that was her dad, and now Ricky is. The DNA saying Ricky is. I feel like I'd wanted to do another test. Do another test whilst Sky is... But she might have people in the lab. That's the thing. Everything's like a conspiracy. You can't trust anyone in this book. I don't trust anyone. Seriously, this poor girl cannot catch a break. She's just been blown up in a fucking bomb on the plane. And then she found out the person that she thought was a dad growing up, but then thought it wasn't a dad and was relieved that he wasn't a dad, is actually a dad. And now someone's kidnapping her by putting fucking chloroform, or whatever it's called, probably, over her mouth, because they've got hold of Rebecca and Thea has turned her in. Seriously, poor Avery can't just have 5 minutes apiece. She just needs 5 minutes to collect her thoughts. Okay, I knew it. So Toby, what is her dad? And the DNA test was changed. But does that mean we can't trust Alyssa as well? Because he said, you really should pay your help more. And obviously that must be to do with Melly. But also, can we trust Alyssa? If she's like, why is her DNA test wrong? You know? Where's that come from? But now they're waiting for Toby to come and save her. Which I think he is going to. I think he is going to come and save her. But hopefully they don't like hurt Toby. I'm guessing because I'm on page 323, so there's like 30 pages or so left, I'm assuming Toby's gonna come into it and there'll be some kind of cliffhanger. Hopefully he doesn't actually die. I really hope he doesn't die. I want him to stay in it a bit more so we can, you know, find out more about Avery's mum and get a bit more of a conclusion, you know, about how everyone's feeling. But I'm a bit confused, but not in a bad way. I'm confused in like, I want to get some answers and carry on reading kind of way. Oh, he did come. He did come. And he's called a horrible girl, which I know if you haven't read the books probably doesn't sound that nice, but it's a term of endearment. Okay, so Melly's just saved them. Oh my god. Okay, well at least she's redeemed herself. I think Avery mentioning Nash is what made her think twice about it. Okay, so she's not Wait. She's not Toby's. Oh. Oh. You have a daughter now. He didn't answer. No, sorry. You have a daughter now. He looked at me, his expression never wavering. I have two. Oh. He still sees her as his daughter, even though she's not biologically. Oh my goodness. Now Oren's there. Toby thought he was just going to get away and stay dead. Now Oren's there. So much happening. What? I'm so confused by that ending. I mean, I'm not confused. Like, she chose Jameson, basically, to be with. But I feel like that ending has, like, wrapped up the story. So what can be in book 3, you know? I feel like it's like all come to a conclusion. So what can book 3 be about? But that was really good. I actually think I might have preferred this one to the first. Maybe. Potentially. I just feel like every chapter, genuinely every chapter there was something going on, and something that I didn't see coming, but not in a way where you're like confused, in a way that I'm like, that makes sense, how did I not see that, you know? In like a really good way. It just kept me guessing the whole time, and I wanted to carry on reading it. So I'm gonna start reading the 3rd one today. It's only 1 o'clock, so I've got time to start reading it. I might not finish it today, but I've got time. The Final Gambit. Okay, so we've got the Final Gambit. Let's see what it says on the back. One last game. Against all odds, Avery has survived nearly a year of secret schemes and love lost and found at Hawthorne House. She's weeks away from fulfilling the terms of Tobias Hawthorne's will and inheriting the billions. Avery thinks she knows all the family secrets, but when a familiar face arrives with shocking news and a plea for help, it's clear there is one last puzzle to solve. Soon, Avery and the Hawthorne brothers are drawn into the last deadly game against an unknown and powerful opponent. Hearts and lives are at stake, and there is nothing more Hawthorne than winning. Oh, I'm so excited. I wonder who it's going to be, the familiar face. Will it be Eve? Will it be Toby? Imagine if her mum's alive this whole time. Actually, imagine if her mum's alive. I don't think she will be. But you never know. Tobias is alive and they all thought he was dead. No, surely they won't do that. Surely they won't bring her back. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, gonna start the Final Gambit. I wish I had the nice American covers, but also must read TikTok sensation sticker. I hate those on books. I really hate them. And these like people with the question marks on their heads, I don't know why it really reminds me of Squid Games, which probably doesn't make any sense, but you know when they had the like masks on and you couldn't see the like people actually running the game, it reminds me of that. Anyway, let's start reading the 3rd one. Okay, so I've started Final Gambit, and my thoughts so far, it's definitely not like pulled me in as much as the other 2 have, but I think that's maybe just because I'm expecting like there to be puzzles and codes and invisible ink and, you know, mysteries and stuff like that. I'm kind of expecting it a bit more than it was, but I'm still really enjoying it. So we've got Eve, who has appeared, who is Toby's daughter, and Toby's been like, I'm gonna say kidnapped. Is it kidnapping if it's an adult? But he's been kidnapped, and they keep sending like messages. It's not really to give clues of where they are or anything. It's more just seems to be, I don't know, kind of wind her up, I guess, and the Hawthorne brothers. I think that's the kind of where it's at the moment. It's not really giving clues as to where they are, where they're holding Toby. We know he's alive at this point, but that's kind of it. And then you've got Sky, the lad's mum, who just isn't a nice person. Basically, she just wasn't a good mum to them, and they are like struggling with that. And Eve, who really looks like Emily, so Grayton's struggling with that, and I'm pretty sure it's on Jameson's mind too. So I'm pretty sure, well, I'm hoping Toby's gonna be okay and they'll find him. And Xander also has said he's found his dad, but he won't talk about it anymore. It's kind of said in a game and then they're waiting for him to bring it back up. We don't know anything about Jameson's dad yet. So yeah, it's all just a little bit up in the air. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm like excited to find out what's going to happen. I'm still invested in the story, just maybe not as much as the first two maybe, but I'm also not properly in it yet. I think I read about 50 pages, 60 pages, something like that, so I've got quite a bit to go, so maybe it'll like pull me in a bit more yet. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm going to carry on reading for the rest of the night. I probably won't do another update until tomorrow now, with some thoughts of where I am. But yeah, I've got no theories, no conspiracies. I have no idea what's going to happen. I hope they find Toby alive, and I hope Eve like can be trusted. I'm going to be sad if it turns out that she is like, you know, double crossing them or something. I hope not. I hope that's not the case, but who knows what could happen with this Hawthorne family. Okay, so it is the next day. I'm on chapter 41, page 160, and I'm a bit the same as I was yesterday. Like, I feel like I'm not fully invested in this story yet. I don't know why. I just think maybe because I'm not really connected to Toby. I think if he was Avery's dad, maybe I would be a bit more like, oh, I hope we find him, you know what I mean? But we don't really know Toby, we don't really know Eve, so it's just a bit like, I don't know, I don't feel that invested. I'm still gonna finish it, like I still want to know what's happened. I'm wondering if Luke, the one who's captured her, who said, you can call me Luke, I wonder if he is one of the lads' dad that we haven't met yet, either Xander's or Nash's. I'm wondering if he's not Nash's. Did we meet Nash's? Who have we not met? Jameson's. Yeah, Nash was at the True North, wasn't he? Yeah, Jameson's and Xander's. I'm wondering if he's one of the dads, maybe, because they've got this whole like theory of the prodigal son and this, that and the other, and I'm wondering if, I don't know, Tobias, the granddad, sort of knew Jameson's dad a bit more, or Xander's dad, but I'm not sure. It's just a theory. It's probably wrong, but I think it's weird that we've not met them yet, and then this man has kidnapped Tobias and we don't know who he is either. But yeah, I think maybe as well because there doesn't seem to be as many like games, because this isn't Tobias Hawthorne's game yet. I know he's given Avery a game, so I think that will like intrigue me a bit more, but I think because it's not got all of his like clues and mysteries and puzzles and traps and using like invisible ink and stuff like that, I think because we're not quite there yet, that's why I'm not as invested, if that makes sense. But like I say, I'm still reading it, I'm still enjoying it, just maybe not as much as the other two. So yeah, I'm on chapter 41. We've just found the name of Xander's dad. I think it's Alexander. So it could be him that stole him, or it could be Jameson's dad, or it could just be someone that we've never met. Could be something. Oren could be involved somehow because he had that affair with Zara. Could he be involved? I don't know if I fully trust Eve yet. Is she trying to get like Grayson on side and trying to get him like against the others? I don't know. There's a lot of questions, as always, as there has been throughout these 2.5 books. But yeah, I'm going to carry on reading now. I'll definitely aim to get this one finished today. I think I'm not quite halfway yet, nearly halfway, but I've got a good like 200 pages left to go. But I'm going to try and get it finished today, and maybe even start the one from the brother's point of view. I don't know if that's like, if it's the 3 books from the brother's point of view, or if it's going to be like 5 years later or something, or if it's going to start where this one ends off. I have no idea. I've not a clue, but let's finish this one first, Final Gambit, and see. Hopefully they find Toby alive. I'm pretty sure they're gonna. I hope so, because the whole thing's gonna end on a bit of a sad ending if not, but we'll find out. Okay, I feel like this is getting so good now. I'm really glad that Xander's dad like wanted him. I'm so happy because I feel like the other 2 dads weren't interested, and I just thought, is it just going to be all 4 dads and not bothered about the sons, you know? I thought, but I'm glad that he's the one that like wants to know his son, you know, and he seems like a good person, so far that's good. But now I feel sad that we can't trust Eve. It's just like, literally you can't trust anyone new that comes into this book. And now they're thinking that she is related to the kidnapper, who is, I don't know if they think is William Blake or if they think it's Vincent Blake that's kidnapped him. I think it's Vincent Blake. But then if he were being like his 80s or something now, how is he kidnapping someone? But I guess he could have like a full team of people, considering he's a billionaire. That's probably good to assume. But yeah, I feel like Eve, I did say that I didn't really trust her earlier on. I feel like she was just being weird with Grayson, wanting to get him on side, and then like wanting to be by herself now and then, and yeah, we just can't trust her. And that's kind of coming to light now. So I'm on chapter 63, page 254. So I think I've got about 100 pages left, something like that, just over 100 pages. So I'm going to carry on reading. I probably won't come back now unless something major happens, which, well, in the last 100 pages of a book, it's most likely to happen. But I think I will just do my like views at the end maybe. We've still not found Jameson's dad, so I wonder how he's going to come into it. Surely we'll find him at some point. Otherwise that seems a bit like mean that we found 3 of them and not his. So I'm sure he'll come in at some point, and then they've got to find Toby, and all this has got to happen in 100 pages, so a lot going on. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't going to speak until the end, but just listen to that message from the granddad, who basically has used Avery, like knew this whole time that this Vincent Blake was going to come after her, and basically used her as like a distraction, I guess, so that he comes after her instead of his own family, which you kind of got to like, is protecting his family, but also it's just put this young girl through all of this shit just so that her family doesn't have to, for things that he's done, the granddad's done, you know. It's just a bit like, I don't know, I can't even imagine that happening in real life, obviously. So yeah, this Vincent Blake is obviously going to come after us somehow. He's got Toby. I wonder if I guess the granddad mustn't have seen him kidnapping his son. Surely he won't put his son up for like potentially getting killed. Maybe, would he? I don't know. Kind of crazy though that he could see all of this coming. Like everything that's happened, the granddad kind of knew was going to happen. That's kind of mad. Also, where's this body? Who's got this body of Liam or William or Will, whatever he's called, Vincent Blake's son? Where's his body gone? Who's moved it? Is it still somewhere on the, you know, in the house? Or has it been taken out? I wonder if Oren knows that, because he was a bit hesitant to help her at the altar. I wonder if he knows where it is, if he's done like is protecting, because that's his job basically, isn't it, to protect Avery, but before that to protect the granddad. So I wonder if he's moved it, if he's had anything to do with it. At least Eve's gone now. Kind of knew that we won't be able to trust her. It's sad though that we couldn't trust her, but you know, kind of obvious that she couldn't be trusted. I just hope that they find Toby. So I'm on page 286. So how many pages was there? There's 360, so I'm like about 80 pages off. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen. I'm guessing they're going to find Toby in this. They've got to find Jameson's dad somewhere, unless that's just kind of been forgotten about at this point, or maybe he was someone that worked for him. I don't know. Got to find him. I'm glad Grayson like realised that Eve was the baddie kind of thing, and that he sort of, I guess, had a bit of acceptance that it wasn't his fault that Emily died. Like, he didn't do it, he couldn't control it, she was like her own person, she shouldn't have jumped off from that high, you know. So that's kind of good that he's come to that conclusion. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in the rest. Like I say, they must have to find Toby. Hopefully something with Jameson's dad happens. I hope Oren's not involved, because I really like that character. Okay, that got so good at the end. It got so good. I'm a little bit like sad that Toby had to stay with the Blakes. I was really hoping he would like find his way out and could just live under a rock like he was doing, where no one could, you know, find him, but that wasn't meant to be. But I thought the ending was so good. I thought it tied up really well. When she says the grandest game, I think I've seen that there's another book coming out like next year or something called The Grandest Game, so I'm assuming that's going to be like the first sort of one that she opens, maybe. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Definitely this one wasn't as good as the others, but still I think I would say the others were, I think I'd say the first one was like a 4.5 star, the second one was a 5 star, and then I'd say this one was a 4 star. I think that's how so it's still not like a bad book, but just compared to the second one, that was my favourite for sure. But yeah, I think it's wrapped up so well in this book, and just like the characters and the characters arc, like all of them, you can see where they've sort of started and where they are now, and they're all doing things that they're meant to do. And I love that she's given like most of the money away and she's not wanting to like build it, she just wants to do good. But imagine if like in real life, if like billionaires, like multi-billionaires, just did something like that, just like gave the money. Like imagine the sort of change that could happen. I don't know anything about how money works and why people don't do that, but yeah, I just think, just imagine even just one billionaire could just make that amount of change. So much could happen, so much could be changed. But anyway, not the point of this video. So yeah, I did really enjoy it, the final gambit. I'm glad that like Oren wasn't a bad person, that Alyssa could be trusted. I wonder what's happening with Jameson's dad. I wonder if that'll be in the Brothers Hawthorne, I think it's called, the next book. It's kind of, I'm surprised that that wasn't like wrapped up in this, unless we did find him and I'm just forgetting. I don't think I am, because we had Sheffield Grayson, we had Jake Nash, who was at the True North, then we had Isaiah Alexander, who's the mechanic, and I feel like we've not spoken about Jameson's one. I don't think I'm forgetting it, I just don't think it's been mentioned, which I'm surprised by. So that's definitely still a question in the air. But yeah, I'm going to read Brothers Hawthorne and see if that is like, if it's from, I'm pretty sure I've seen that it's from the lad's point of view, but I don't know if it's like if it's from their point of view of the story that we've already read, or if it's like carrying on from here where she's told everyone she's giving her money away, or if it's like 5 years later like I said before. I have no idea, I don't know. So yeah, we've got the Brothers Hawthorne. There is nothing more Hawthorne than winning. Impossible puzzles, shocking twists, irresistible romance. Welcome to the explosive new Inheritance Games mystery that will keep you hooked until the last page. I don't know if it's what it's about, basically. I have no idea, I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to reading it, looking forward to seeing things from someone else's point of view other than Ava is. Okay, so I'm about to start reading the Brothers Hawthorne. So this sort of blurb says, Grayson Hawthorne was raised as heir apparent to his billionaire grandfather, taught from the cradle to put family first. So when Grayson's half-sisters find themselves in trouble, he's determined to take care of the problem efficiently, effectively, mercilessly, and without getting emotionally involved. Jameson Hawthorne is a risk-taker, a sensation-seeker, a player of games. So when his mysterious father appears and sets him a challenge, Jameson can't resist. Now he must infiltrate London's most exclusive underground gambling club, which caters to the rich and the powerful, and win an impossible game of the highest stakes. Luckily, Jameson Hawthorne lives for the impossible. Drawn its twisted games on opposite sides of the globe, Grayson and Jameson, with the help of their brothers and the girl who stole both their hearts, must dig deep to decide what each of them will sacrifice to win. Bum bum bum. Okay, so we get to see Jameson's dad, so that's why he wasn't in the original 3, which is good. I'm excited for that. And also Grayson's half sister, so that'll be his kids, won't it, that was killed. They ended up kidnapping Avery at one point. But I'm glad that, so I'm guessing it's only going to be Grayson and Jameson's point of views, but the others are going to be like side characters in it, which is good. So I'm looking forward to it. I have no idea what's going to happen, but it seems like just sort of not really leading on from there. It's just completely different story kind of thing, which is good. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so the first page says 12.5 years ago. So will that be a go from, well, I guess other chapters will probably say present day, won't they? So I think this is just like a prologue. So yeah, let's just get into it and find out what's gonna happen. Okay, so I'm just in my car. I'm going into work soon, but I don't know why I felt like I had to confirm that I was in my car. Clearly I'm in a car. Anyway, I started Brothers Hawthorne last night. I didn't really get much read. I'm only on page 55, but I've got a few thoughts so far. So firstly, it's only from like Grayson and Jameson's like point of views, but it's in third person, which the others weren't in third person, they were in first. So I'm a bit like, I'd much rather read in first person than third, but it's not the end of the world. But that is something to note, this one is in third person. They're all there, they're all involved, but it's following like Grayson and Jameson. So we've got Grayson, who since his biological dad died, he's been like looking out for his two sisters, but they don't know he exists. He's just been like from the background looking out for them, you know. And then one of them has ended up in a jail cell, or not in a cell, just in like a waiting area, and he's got her out, but she doesn't know that that's a half brother. And they don't know that the dad's dead, but obviously Grayson knows that, so he don't want to tell him. But he thinks there's something more going on. There's like a lockbox, and you don't want it all to come out, because if it all came out that Sheffield Grayson was dead, then obviously that doesn't look good for Avery. So he's going to try and avoid that. And then we've got Jameson, who his dad has come in it, and his dad seems like a bit of a dick. He only really wants, like, he wants a favour from him. He wants him to go and gamble and win back a house that his dad lost by gambling. So he's only really got in contact with him because he needs this favour. So that's a bit like, oh. But Jameson's told Avery about it, and they're going to do it together. So that's nice, at least they're together. Also, Nash and Libby are engaged, which is nice. But I wish we sort of saw a bit more of that. Like, we didn't really see Avery's reaction to it. We didn't really see Libby's reaction. It was just like something that happened and then was like brushed over. So I'm wondering if there's going to be another book that'll have like Nash's and Xander's point of views, or if it's just because Grayson and Jameson are involved in like the love triangle. It's not really a love triangle now, like it's just Jameson and Avery, but in the other books it was a love triangle. So I'm wondering if they're just like the two main male leads because of the romantic aspect, I guess. But yeah, like I say, I'm only 55 pages in, so I'm hoping the story's going to get a bit better. It's not looking like there's going to be as many like puzzles and like mysteries, because the granddad's not really involved in this one. Like, that's all been done now, that storyline. Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to be the same as the other ones, which is disappointing because I really loved that bit. But we'll see. It could be, there still could be like twists and turns and puzzles and mysteries and stuff like that involved. So yeah, I'm on chapter 12, which is Jameson's point of view. So I'm going to get a bit read now. I've got about an hour before I actually need to go in. And then I think this is going to take me a while to get through this one, because it's nearly 500 pages, 468 pages. So there's like a lot, you know, there's a lot going on. Okay, so I have finished the Brothers Hawthorne, and I don't even think I really filmed much of me reading this book, because honestly I just kind of wanted to get to the end of the series, end of the book. I didn't massively enjoy this one. So it only follows, I can't even remember what I said when I started reading it, but it follows Jameson and Grayson, but it is in third person, which I'm not a massive fan of. I do wish it gave more, especially of Xander. Actually, of Xander and Nash, I wish it was like the four of them, and it's kind of like two completely separate stories in one. Like, it follows Jameson, who's doing his own thing with Avery, and then follows Grayson, who's doing his own thing. So it's like two separate stories. It's a very long book, when I think a lot of it is not really necessary. And I think, especially Jameson's part, I feel like the end, the sort of whole story of Jameson's is a bit kind of pointless, I guess. I mean, you meet his dad, but that's the only bit that's makes any sense. Like, I don't feel anything's been like accomplished after it, you know. Grayson's makes sense, because you get the involvement of the sisters, then you've got the whole situation with Eve, and obviously Eve now I'm assuming is going to be in the Grandest Game when that comes out next year. But I feel like Jameson's Half was just a bit like meh. Like, why is this a book, you know? It could have been a lot shorter. It probably could have been just like a novella maybe, but it's not. It's a full book, and I was just like waiting for it to end. I think it's like makes sense that it's been written. I'm gonna give it 3 stars also, because it makes sense that it's been written. It just, I think, like I say, is a bit too long, and I wish it was like all 4 brothers, kind of like a Where Are They Now type book, rather than just those 2. I don't know. I think I just wasn't very satisfied with it. I definitely say overall, the series overall is like 4 star, 4.5 star. It doesn't take away a lot from the series. Like, I loved, especially the first 2, I really loved the Inheritance Games and Hawthorne Legacy. So I'm still going to give the series overall, I think, 4.5 stars, because I definitely would recommend it. And I just think the first 2 are so good, especially Hawthorne Legacy, the second one. I really enjoyed it. I just think this one was a bit disappointing. Maybe as well, it might be me because I've read them all one after another, rather than, you know, having that gap of when Final Gambit came out and then Brothers Hawthorne, so you like want to be with those same characters again. Or maybe it just wasn't the book for me, you know. So yeah, I would say overall I definitely recommend the series, and I'm definitely going to read Grandest Game when that comes out. I think it's July, I want to say, next year, so we've got quite a bit to wait. But yeah, I would recommend it. I'd definitely say read it. I think maybe this one just wasn't for me. So yeah, that is the end of my Inheritance Game reading vlog. I really, like I say, I really enjoyed the series. That is the end of this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did and you'd like to subscribe, I would really appreciate that. But yeah, other than that, I will see you in a bit.